Welcome into Actual Play Entertainment Presents episode 33 of The Two-Headed Serpent, an epic, action-packed globe-spanning campaign for Pulp Cthulhu published by Chaosium. My name is Dave and I am the keeper. I don't know. The three just normal fucking Canadians rolling dice alongside me tonight are Joe, Mike, and Kurt.
Good day, eh?
Good day, eh?
Good day.
Hello, eh?
Feels like an Australian Canadian. Good day, eh?
There's a lot of Australians in Canada.
There are.
I'm sure they're everywhere, though. They're little traveling little Aussies.
Jaffas? You're not allowed to
Can
say
I
that.
say? Was that
say
redact?
that?
We have to redact that?
Redact that. Yeah,
I'll have to
redact
Google again. Fuck, you guys make me Google a lot.
It's a straight up term used in Canada, but I don't think it's appropriate.
They won't mind.
It's not really that insulting, but
No.
Wait a
Some
second.
Aussies
What
don't
term are we
like it.
talking about here?
it stands for just another fucking Aussie. They
I've
use it
never
on like
heard
the
that term.
yeah
No, me
on
neither.
the on the mountain resorts and stuff because lots of Australians fly in and work here. Then you'll hear people say like they'll call them Jaffas.
Oh, interesting. I get a few Australian friends. I'll Google before we play this episode if it's
great.
appropriate or not. Right on. So how's everybody doing?
Great,
Well,
man.
you're
Excited to
pretty
be
good.
playing this again.
Now that we've insulted all of Australia, I feel ready to go.
Yeah. Just got canceled in Australia. Great.
Checking out our early download numbers, it's Estonia. We're big in Estonia, which is
We love
awesome.
Well,
Estonia.
shout out to
Beautiful
our
country.
Estonian friends. Awesome.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love seeing the countries that have randomly downloaded us. I wonder where they would get it from. I guess that'd have to be social media or who knows. Word of mouth in Estonia is big, maybe. But it's awesome. I'm not even sure if I could find it on a map.
I think you need to like insert a segment where we go to Estonia.
That's to be our first live show.
That'd be
I'm
okay.
in.
There you go.
I'm in.
In Estonia? Awesome.
In Estonia. Sounds expensive
Nah.
to get there. But it'd be, okay, like I say, geography, not my strong suit. Eastern Europe, I assume. Probably was.
Northeastern Europe, right?
Right
Wouldn't it be
below
up near-
Finland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I've always liked to go to Finland and check out that little Scandinavian part of the world. Finland, Sweden, Norway.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
awesome there. That's on my
do it.
bucket list. To go there and watch one of those like World Hockey Championships where it's like all small barns and small venues, but you get like the really good players that are out of the NHL playoffs and playing over there. I think that would be fun.
That would be cool.
Or like a World Juniors. Yeah, that'd be
You can
awesome.
often do the World Juniors in a lot of those countries cheaper than you could just like going to Vancouver or Toronto and watching.
shit's
it in
expensive
Canada.
here, man.
Yeah, you can fly to Sweden and spend 3 weeks in Sweden watching hockey for the same price as a couple weeks in Vancouver.
That was fucking awesome. All right, we'll have to work on some live shows over in that part of the world. Maybe by the time this episode comes out, we would have already done one. Who
Oh
knows?
my God. Yes.
Well, let's do a little recap. A little recap of India, shall we? You guys followed the trail of the Cobra Crown to India. You guys got word of it from, I believe it was the Dreamer talked and told Lucian Saunders when you gave up the staff. She talked about getting to India to find the Cobra Crown into Calcutta. So you guys hopped in
That's
your magic little orbs that you stole from the Internight Laboratory. And you guys fucking booked it across the ocean. I believe you guys were worried. We're like, well, what if we run out of brain fuel and we just drop in the middle of the ocean? There's some jokes about smuggling guns, grenades, and cocaine, which always a practical use for flying orbs. You guys made it into Calcutta, went to the museum only to find out that there won't be a Cobra Crown exhibit. Oh yeah, so I should backtrack a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. You also heard through the wire that they're going to do the exhibit in the Great India Museum, I believe it's called, or just the India Museum. And when you guys got there, you found out there wasn't going to be an exhibit. And doing some fast talking and some schmoozing, you found out that the person, a junior curator that had promised the Cobra Crown to the museum, had basically, he had taken back his word. They tried the no take-backsies. Doesn't apply in this kind of ruling. So they have no crown and they don't know what happened to the guy. He went missing. The museum seems to be pissed. You found out that a large American gentleman, the size of a small mountain, along with a old man with a large beard, had also been at the museum asking about this young curator, and you guys put it together that it was probably Joshua Meadham with his big hulking GMO bodyguard Canning a killing machine. You found out from Rose that they were also looking for. So now you know there's two factions here. That you know that Tyranesh is here looking for the crown. Now you've seen Joshua meet him looking for the crown. You track down the address of this junior curator only to find death and nothing good in his house. The wife hanging from the roof upside down, looks like she'd been tortured. A man sitting in a chair with his head crushed, presumably by Canning. But you also doing some sleuthing. Russ Shields, Detective Russ Shields. I called you Russell that episode too. You didn't like that. You kind of snapped at me a little bit. No one's ever called him Russell. Don't bring that up. But you found a test tube or a vial with the Caduceus logo faintly on it, and it smelled like raspberries, which you also brilliantly recalled from an early episode many moons ago that they're using it on the doctors in the jungle to affect their memory. So who knows what Caduceus was up to. You also found a matchbook that looked like it was hidden in a vase that was knocked over with the name Asqueef.
Oh, right.
Written down on the inside of a matchbook cover from the Grand Hotel. Pursuing that lead, you went to the hotel to look for Mr. Asqueef, who had something to do with this junior curator, only to run into Joshua and the killing machine himself. A large battle broke out, which took the whole episode, which was pretty awesome. Which resulted in Dr. Lucian Saunders unconscious on the ground. The hero killing both Canning and Joshua Meadham. Maynard Balls of Steel Clayton at 2 hit points, almost being killed by the claws of Joshua Meadham. And perfectly healthy, not a scratch, not a hair out of place across his bald head.
Confused as to what we're all worried about. Quite fine.
That was pretty easy, I thought. Loading.
Maybe Rush should start getting involved in some of the fights. I don't know. Seems like he has a lot of extra hit points. I'm just saying.
His style. You're thinking of Christopher.
Listening back to the episode too, I believe all three of you at one point when it was your turn, you're like, all right, my character's having a hard decision whether to stay in the battle or they keep peering towards the exit. I believe Maynard on more than one occasion just yelled, we need to get out of here.
I'm pretty sure I started the battle like that, wanting to just run away.
But yeah, you stuck around. And now you've got Dr. Lucian Saunders, Weekend at Bernie style, one arm over each of your shoulders, dragging him out through the kitchen, out through the back door to a rickshaw. You paid the rickshaw driver very well to basically eyes forward, motherfucker, and take us somewhere quiet where we can get a room. Don't worry about the sirens. Don't worry about the bleeding. Just vamoose. And as you're about to go, a car slows down. Maynard looks over and makes eye contact with someone in the backseat who smiles. And that was Rose Meadham.
My God.
And that's where we pick it up. Now knowing that all three, well, 2 heads of the Serpent and then the mystery sorceress, the Queen Mummy, are all in Calcutta, presumably all looking for this crown.
I remember asking questions about Rose Meadham when we saw her,
right?
Because we've also seen a number of Rose Meadham clones. And one of them, or what seems like the real Rose Meadham, seems to have damage to her face or something. Did I see damage?
Yes, yeah, that's right. She showed you. She lifted her veil when she trapped you in the apartment. You got a good look at Rose Meadham, and you're pretty confident that this is the real deal. Rose, the real deal Meadham. That's what we'll start calling her from now.
She's been such a creepy character, just popping up at the most inconvenient times.
Dave, you said 3. The 3 factions are here. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I suppose like the 3, going through and finding out the lore and the history of the Serpent people, you know, each of them worship their own god. There's the Mother of Darkness, the Inner Night.
Yeah, but you said they're all here in Calcutta?
Yeah, you Rose with the Inner Night, Caduceus, Meadham, and then
he's dead.
Tyranesh. So yeah, one faction now has an X through it.
Yes, that's a big win, right? We just offed one of the factions?
I think so, right? There's still people in authority, though, within Caduceus, but you have to think that getting rid of Meadham and his bodyguard is a huge blow to them.
And you also remember the mob is in the process of leveling the Caduceus building in New York, and you guys just go like, that sounds like a great idea. We're going to India.
They're all panicking about what happened to Mr. Meadham. Meanwhile, their building back in New York is about to be leveled.
You guys have fucked some shit up.
Wow.
That's kind of amazing. I sort of imagine Caduceus is more of like a Hydra. You know, we cut off one head and now 2 or 3 heads are going to grow back in its place.
I know, yeah.
But maybe not.
What's his name? Dr. Goncalves is still around.
From the ashes, something.
Yeah.
Smart.
I feel like Goncalves we could use him. I think he is, in a way, not aligned with Caduceus.
Oh, very interesting.
He seemed pretty aligned when he... Yeah.
He has questioned Caduceus's morals and asked us to use our better judgment instead of just the direction we've been given on missions and that sort of thing. And it just sort of leads me to believe that maybe he's intimidated by Canning and Meadham. And now that we've killed them, if we could find him alive, I bet you he might help us.
Well, very interesting. I like it. The trusting Maynard Clayton.
He's been quite a gullible character so far. I was really drinking the Caduceus Kool-Aid for a few episodes there.
Yeah, you were. Russ doesn't drink. Russ refuses all Kool-Aid. And Dr. Saunders has a keg of Tyranish Kool-Aid, and he's pouring it all over himself while he checks it.
Just making like snow angels in it. On the ground,
bathing in it, snorting it, injecting it. Any way you can get that Kool-Aid into his little British body, the better.
That's right.
His skin is slowly turning blue.
Mm-hmm.
And snake-like.
In case you didn't know, the Kool-Aid's poison.
Spoiler.
Whoa, wait, what? No, it's not. It's ambrosia from heaven.
No, but he's a hybrid. What is I guess Dr. Saunders, when you're unconscious, so you don't really have much of an inner monologue. But when...
No, not at the moment.
On the contrary, I believe he probably does.
Joshua referred to you as the hybrid during the battle when you understood his Nikal. How does that make you feel? Well, I guess you've always had the thought like something's going on.
It's a really conflicting thing for Lucian. Like it's horrifying, but like way down deep, like that cryptozoologist piece of him is actually a little bit intrigued by it and is just sort of like coldly, rationally, scientifically, almost like he wishes all of this could end at some level and he could just go into a laboratory and study himself and figure out how this is all happening. But mostly horror.
But mostly horror.
Mostly horror.
It would be weird. You're in, your life goal and your passion is to investigate cryptozoological anomalies almost and try to find these things. And now you're becoming one.
And here I am one, right? Yeah. But alarming. Because every time I get hurt, or take any kind of like real significant damage, and I just took some real significant damage.
You took
I don't know.
You took some pretty good damage.
How snaky I'm going to be after this.
But. We'll find out. And there's been a few times where I think Russ, as he's fallen asleep, clutching the gun against his chest, I'm sure he doesn't sleep without it, has pictured Dr. Saunders turning into a serpent and Russ killing him.
Yes. It's a reoccurring dream he has now.
Started as a nightmare, now it's a happy dream.
Him killing Lucian.
him just killing serpent people in general.
Yeah, and then he sees one with like glasses. He just knows it's Saunders. He's a full-on serpent person now, but he has. Does Saunders have glasses? I was
just going to say, I don't think I've ever thought about that.
I think he would.
He seems like he would.
The big round ones that are like cool now, but back then that's just what people wore.
Oh, I pictured him with like the small wire frame, but.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I gotta really
like
think
spectacles
about this.
that you could pick up. And...
Yeah, little spectacles, exactly.
Yeah.
The fan art will dictate it.
Yeah, right. We'll have to sift through all the fan art that we've received.
All of it. I get my daughter to draw some pictures and mail it to us, make us feel good.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get this party started.
Okay.
Rose Meadham slows. You make the eye contact with her, Maynard, and she smiles at you and then taps the driver on the shoulder and they drive away. leaving.
Could you describe the smile a little bit? Is it like a knowing smile, a laughing at us smile, a glad to see me smile?
Oh, interesting.
That's
question.
a good point, Kurt. There's lots of different kinds.
Yeah,
of
there's
smiles.
lots of different smiles. It is a smile of her. Fuck. How would I describe it? It'd be like a sly smile. Like, oh, I see you. I know
But
everywhere.
I'm one step
Everywhere you
ahead
go
of you.
and everything you do.
Yes. Okay. We're like
Damn.
adorable little children caught up in her master plan sort of smile.
When she had cornered you in the apartment,
Mm-hmm.
she talked about how you were, you talked about, I can't remember the exact wording, but somewhere along the lines of like, all right, if you're just going to fucking kill me, then let's do this shit. And she talked about how she didn't want to kill you and how you have use to her. She offered you magic and tomes to, like, we can work together. We can do this. Come work with me. Caduceus is the real evil one, not me. And, who knows? But it's not a smile of like, I found you, I can't wait to kill you. It is like, yeah, I know you're here.
Almost like
May-
I told you so.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Or like maybe you're one step closer to joining me than you were last time I saw you.
And she waves like the little magic tomb that she tried to, tease,
How-
pulls it away.
How about now?
You could use
Okay.
this. Maynard's always kind of wanted that little bit of, like you talked about before, like your interest in the mythos. Maynard being able to learn more about this stuff and actually like weave some magic. I think that would be tempting to him, would it not?
It definitely is tempting. He's trying not to be tempted by his own desire to learn more about mythos and gain some sort of occult power, and he's trying to not get the whole group killed in that pursuit, but it is definitely a temptation in the back of his mind.
You could just be like Saunders and completely give up your morals and ethics for
Hey.
staff and devoting yourself to your queen mummy. Like, just give in.
I've really
Totally.
seen how that's been going for
It's not
Lucian,
about
and it's
giving
become a
in.
cautionary tale. So
It's cautionary. You guys are going to come around. Believe me. Tiranesh is the hero of this whole thing.
So I look at Rose smiling slyly at me, and I look at the guys in our rickshaw to see if they're noticing. Lucian is unconscious and his tongue
Yeah.
is hanging from his mouth.
Yeah,
But
bleeding out his
he
anus from
shit
all
his
the
pants.
internal bleeding. Yeah.
Can
Russ,
we revisit
Russ, you seeing
that?
this?
I'm just smelling Lucian. What? What am I seeing?
Look, and I direct his attention over to Rose,
This
and she's just like maintaining speed with us as we're going down the road here.
Yeah, if she'd be coming the opposite way. So you guys are in a
Yeah.
rickshaw going, she's coming the opposite way. She slows,
Oh,
looks at you, and then starts to continue to drive away.
So it's just a momentary kind of look, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
she's gone, right?
okay. I turn on my shoulder. What?
that was Rose Meadham.
You feel
She
like
just
too
drove
this
by the
wasn't
other
like,
way,
this wasn't like a
laughing at us.
chance, like, oh, what a coincidence. She wanted you to notice her.
Yeah. Rose Meadham just drove by to let us know that she was aware and watching this whole thing. All she did was smile, but I can tell she knows.
And hold up the book. Oh, Maynard. Kisses the book. Points to you. Puts the book down and they drive away.
Should we try and talk to her, Russ? Or should we hide?
I think I look down at Lucian Saunders. Unfortunately, I think we have a priority in our lap here.
You're right. I'm being tempted again. Let's go.
Be tempted.
And I push the Rose Meadham stuff out of my mind and focus on getting away safely and getting Lucian some help and support.
But with the old-timey sirens in the background, the wind-up sirens, some guy just winding the crank on the dashboard. You guys rickshaw yourselves. You instructed the driver somewhere quiet. Take the back streets. Eyes forward, motherfucker. And away you go. And yeah, unless there's anything you guys want to talk about, we can kind of just kind of hand wave the tour. He gets you to a small, quiet hotel. You guys go in,
Dragging Lucian up the stairs.
toss
his
a little,
ankles.
toss a little money on the
hitting
counter.
his head on every step on the way up.
Hey,
Just banging his head off the stairs.
blood
Dunk,
spilling
dunk,
down the leg of
dunk.
my pants.
Don't worry about him. He's fine. Double price for the room. Cleaning fee up front. Here we go.
Yeah.
And you get Saunders into a bed. Nice and stable.
Yeah.
You guys
get a fan blowing on him. It's probably like super hot there.
Yeah, hot and sticky. Yeah, 100%.
You have like a medical kit or something that we can apply to him.
Lucian always has his in his bag. So
when do you guys got some first aid action?
I don't know.
You do
Maynard, do you know how to use these things? Like he's always the one that heals us. I don't know what I'm doing.
I pull it open and spill some stuff everywhere. I'm digging through looking for band-aids and just making a terrible mess of this medical kit.
Kind of like lightly tapping his cheek.
Oh, he's going to lose his mind when he gets up.
Saunders, wake up.
I take some gauze
help,
and a bandage and I start wrapping it around places that are bleeding. I'll give him a medicine.
It's all internal, remember? So you just wrap it his butthole.
First aid. Well, that's a 75 over 30. I don't think I have enough luck to make that any better for old Lucian here. So I wrap some bandages around gauze. It's slightly below the bleeding area and is now covered in blood.
That could be worse.
I'm going to grab some cloths and wet them and just stick them on his forehead and like maybe one behind his neck. I'm guessing they don't have like an ice machine.
No, there's no ice machine
in this hotel.
No, sorry.
Okay. I don't know. Maynard, what else do we do? Do we call for like a doctor or a vet?
I don't know what we do. Maybe have a look out the window.
You're unconscious. Quiet up there.
Maybe have a look out the window and make sure Rose Meadham didn't just pull up outside of our hotel.
No,
Get a finger, peek the blinds, open a little.
No, you don't see any sign of Rose Meadham. I can't remember
pouring water into Lucian's mouth, just little dribbles.
I can't remember what time of day we have this shit going on. So, what should we just say? Late afternoon.
I thought it was all midday.
Yeah, we'll just say it's like
yeah.
You guys hang out for a little bit as it's starting, like late afternoon, getting to evening. It's pretty quiet. You don't see any sign of Rose Meadham. Yeah, I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm like kind of just tending to Lucian, but without any kind of medical knowledge. I'm just trying to like make him comfortable, hoping that he like comes around.
Well, you naturally
After a couple
heal 2
hours.
hit points with a good night's sleep.
Oh, there you go.
Just checking his pulse, his vitals, making sure we're not losing him or anything.
Nice.
Changing the cloths, making sure he's cold and comfortable.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You get them all comfortably situated. You sit. Do you guys plan on going anywhere, or are you just making sure that you're not going to get murdered in your sleep? And you guys have found like a little bit of a refuge.
The second one.
The second one.
Yeah, that's what I figure. Yeah, okay. You set it up. You do the chair against the door. You take shifts looking out the blinds. You wake up in the morning. So maybe Russ like sitting in an armchair as his was last watch, looking out the blinds. You wake up. Everything's completely fine. Everybody heals back 2 hit points from a night's sleep, and Dr. Saunders' eyes open in the morning with your 2 hit points from your rest. With first you notice is your medical kit spilled out on a table in a mess, and then the second thing you notice is just a piss poor fucking job of bandaging on you.
I'm glad I'm awake because I thought that there had to be some kind of like special treatment or something that needed to happen to bring me out of unconsciousness, but it's just a good night's sleep.
Yeah, your natural healing of 2 hit points. I'm not going to get into it too much.
And the bandages on your butthole. Hello.
Yeah,
and skill.
The damp cloth on your forehead.
My cheeks are taped together. Oh my God. What happened?
Doc, you're awake. Russ, look.
Man,
Must have been all that great bandaging.
Maynard, you get 2 hit points as well, so you're currently at 4.
Whew. I am feeling good.
Let's do a luck roll too. Luck recovery.
Oh, there.
Whoa. Dave remembers. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
I remember
roll-
occasionally and try not to fuck rules up.
2d10 plus what?
you just roll. You want to roll over
roll
your
your
luck.
Right, you got to roll the luck. And you want to fail this one?
Yeah, you want to fail it.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I have 52 and I got 51 on my dice roll.
Oh, that sucks, eh?
Yeah, but I still get back some, right, Dave?
Yeah, you get equal to 1d10 plus 5. If you fail it, then you get 2d10 plus 20, with the exception of Maynard, who's got that trait.
Okay, I failed it. I got the 71 over 54, so I get 3d10 plus 20.
Jesus.
So I managed to roll over the 4 luck that I have remaining.
If you had met that
And,
like 0 2, like what the fuck?
It's wild. I was actually worried that would happen. And then I got 36 back. So I'm feeling great.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 40 is a big difference than 4.
Yeah, no shit.
Do we?
Where are we?
Okay, I have a dumb question. Is there a max luck?
99.
Okay.
What are you at?
Nothing.
You're at 99, aren't you?
I'm at 97.
Oh, okay.
Probably
Awesome.
should have just kept my mouth shut.
I knew you were high up there. You're always... Having that lucky trait is pretty solid in Pulp.
It is pretty good.
Considering luck is a valuable currency in this game.
You didn't keep him from dropping down to 2 hit points, though.
But so far, it's kept me alive.
It's true.
Yeah, it kept you alive right in early in the episode when you killed that first Bolivian soldier that was all serpented up, your first experience.
Right?
You spent a shit ton staying conscious after getting shot in the head.
Yeah, I did. Like at some point, I was spending like 30. I think I spent 32 on one turn just to stay conscious.
Yeah, it's
or
like
something.
4 or 5 rounds that you went straight, just burning luck to stay up.
That was fun.
That's what I did last episode, too. So
Little did we know that would be foreshadowing for the entire campaign.
Never again at full hit points. All right, so yeah, it's morning. Is there roosters in Calcutta roaming the streets, or am I just imagining things?
maybe cows mooing.
Yeah,
No idea.
wake
Those,
up
like,
to the
holy cows
sun
in the
coming
street.
through the blind. Yeah, that's right. They know. Some animal sounds outside, the sound of carts, the sound of a busy city waking up,
Monkeys.
stealing your shit. All right. You guys wake up and you're, okay, Lucian, I believe the last thing you said was, where am I?
Where are we? What happened?
Don't move. Don't move. You're
Just
weak.
rest, Duck.
Don't worry,
You
there's
found
no
it
fear
quiet.
of that. Everything
You need
hurts.
a shower. Just lay there. Don't move. We I don't know where we are actually. We managed to pay off a rickshaw to take us to a hotel.
We gave fake names at the counter and it seems pretty quiet. No one seems to know that we're here.
And you're both all right. And did we meet him? And his giant. I remember. Did I shoot them dead?
You killed them both, Doc. It was amazing. You saved both of our lives.
Lucian, you're a hero.
Oh, well, very kind of you to say, Russ, but consider myself here. I'm just bloody glad we all survived. What about the... Oh, God, everything hurts. Why is my rectum bandaged up?
Oh, you see, you were bleeding from it. That's why. And
That's
with our
probably from the
very
chest
base knowledge
top.
of medical aid, we figured where you bleed from, you should put a bandage on it. So
And
we
well, I
figured
appreciate
that was
the
the best thing to do.
thought, Russ. Thank you very much. Oh, it must be internal bleeding. Gods, I feel ill. Hand me my bag.
I tossed the bag onto the bed beside him.
Where is it all over the floor? Who dropped everything? Oh.
Oh,
We
actually,
didn't drop anything, Doc. We were doing first aid.
Pass
You can
me
tell
that,
by all the blood on the bandages.
pass me that vial there, that tincture of opium. That will take the edge off.
dump it
Pass it to
directly
him.
into my rectum.
Into his eyeballs.
Yes, Russ, you had that clever idea of dropping it directly into the eyeball, Sir Leon, I remember.
I think it worked pretty well, actually.
Yeah, well, let me try. Ow, it burns. Yeah, so I think I'll try and take the edge off with some opium and re-bandage myself up a little bit. But I gotta think, like, in character, Lucian can barely move.
I was just reading too while you guys were doing that little thing. On surviving a near-death experience, a sanity roll should be made.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
I believe that would
apply-
be described as a near-death experience.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here goes. No.
You
63
lose-
over 33.
You lose 1 sanity.
That's nothing.
No. So you're down to 32 sanity.
Yeah.
Lucian's starting to go a little squirrely, but that's fair. I think you've been doing that well with the whole Queen
I think
Mummy.
I've been
and-
role-playing that all right.
Yeah. Russ, what's your sanity at? Just as well we're bookkeeping here.
What? I got to tell you, is that part of the rules?
Yeah, that's part of the rules. Yeah, I'm the keeper.
50.
Well, that's not bad. Maynard? Yours is high, isn't it?
58.
Oh, 58. Oh, we've chiseled you down.
My max is 67, so my sanity wasn't as high as we thought it was. I was rolling with it a little bit too high at the beginning.
Oh, I
But we
see.
fixed that after an episode or two.
Oh, because you have
So-
some mythos.
That's right.
Gotcha,
I'm a
gotcha.
little squirrely due to the mythos effect.
All right, so what's the plan for today? You had that ruckus at the hotel. I assume that you want to lay low a little bit. If there was any witnesses there, Maynard's quite an alarming-looking fellow with your hair and your nicely trimmed mustache. So I imagine you could be pointed out pretty easily. So there was the one lady you talked to where you screamed at her, ass queef, and pointed the elephant gun at her, but she ended up getting stomped out like a bug by Canning, so she's not an issue.
Man.
But I imagine that having a shootout and a big fight in one of the busiest hotels in Calcutta is
Yeah.
would cause some attention.
3 fighting white guys would cause some attention as it is, and we draw a little bit more attention with our random serpent-like profile and
But-
particular circumstances of that fight.
But gentlemen, I hate to suggest it, but we need to get back to that hotel. We have to get into Meadham's room. The crown could be there right now.
I never thought of that.
I'm not suggesting that all 3 of us go, but perhaps... Russ, you're a master of disguise, aren't you?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well,
Maybe I
you're-
am.
You're not
Let me-
quite so noticeable, though, as Maynard and myself.
Actually, I am pretty good at that. Now that I think about it.
Yes, I thought I remembered you telling me stories about your detective days.
Well, maybe.
He knows too much.
Yeah, I must now, before he turns fully.
What-
Yeah, well, I didn't even think that maybe the crown is in the hotel room. I just assumed that we were going to find it at the museum. And
No, it's probably there right now, and thank goodness we're the only ones in Calcutta who know that the crown is here. There's no one else to try and compete to get to the crown. This could be our chance.
well, I hate to break it to you, but while you were passed out shitting yourself, we did saw Rose Meadham here.
What the devil? That foul woman is here in Calcutta? My
Yeah.
God, she could be in the hotel right now taking the crown. Russ, you must go quickly.
By myself?
Well, I can't go. I'm practically dead.
Well, whenever maybe Maynard's done in the bathroom, he could join me?
Maynard looks like hell as well. I need to bandage him up and give him care. My
Well,
God, I
how
can't
should
believe
I-
he's even here.
Who should I disguise myself as?
Well, I don't know, Russ.
Like, I'd probably just stand out in general.
Well, that's
gotta
the
help me think
purpose
of
of the
something.
disguise.
Yeah, but as disguised as what? That's the question.
As a different sort of white person. I
A
don't know.
different type of Russ. I don't know. Well, maybe I could steal someone's uniform. Maybe I could knock out a bellboy or something and drag him
Yes,
into
there you
a
go.
bush.
Now you're thinking.
Strip him of his uniform and dress up as one of the staff.
This sounds like a rock-solid plan. Go, quickly.
Maybe we should mull it over with Maynard.
Now, Maynard's taking forever in the washroom. I'm sure that he'll agree with our plan.
I really
I can
don't
actually
think he
hear you
would.
from the washroom. I think you have a great plan.
There you are, Maynard. Maynard, you look terrible. I need to give you some first aid and medical attention.
I completely agree. Do you feel up to that, though, Doc?
Oh, barely, but somebody's
He's
got
also
to do
high
it.
right now on morphine, so I wouldn't really go along with anything he says.
He's getting quite chatty, isn't he?
Yeah.
I trust you, Doc. High or not, you can fix me up. Let's do this.
Well, yes, of course I can. I'm a trained British doctor. But don't you agree that Russ should get back to the hotel and try and get into Meadham's apartment?
I'm a little concerned about splitting the party.
Well, you
Feel
and
like
I
we need
can't
to protect
go.
each other.
You're far too noticeable, and I'm
I mean-
too handsome. I'll stand out in a second.
If you put a couple band-aids on me, I'd be up to almost 6 hit points, and that's more than I'm used to working with.
Yes, well, Maynard, I'm talking a little bit more about your mode of dress and your bright white hair that
Oh, shave his head.
is a mite bit more noticeable than our friend Russ here. Who's pretty ordinary looking, really, and doesn't stand out at all.
Could we go
Perfect.
with him and hide in a rickshaw out back of the hotel so that at least when he makes a break for it, we're there to support him?
I agree with that.
Oh,
Yes.
Can it be a very cushy rickshaw?
The cushiest.
Well,
The
then all
softest
right.
rickshaw in all of Calcutta.
All right, well,
Maybe
let's...
we could get one of those donut cushions.
Oh, dude, I was
for your
just thinking
butt.
that. Yeah, a blow-up donut cushion for his sore ass.
I didn't actually get struck in the rectum. Are we all clear on that? Yes.
But it was bleeding.
Yes, well, that's what happens when there's internal bleeding. And I'm not going to explain medicine to you. Maynard, come here. I need to bandage you up. I'm going to make a first aid check.
He
Okay.
gets bossy when he takes opium.
Okay, first aid check is successful.
Do I roll the hit points or you? I forget.
Of course not. You don't know what you're doing. Ooh, you get 4 hit points back from the first aid.
Hey. 8 hit points, guys.
First aid on myself. Oh, yeah.
That's almost
6.
max for Maynard.
Oh, I only got 2. That makes more sense, though.
You may do a follow-up medicine roll. What can you do one? Would you have medicine?
And I've got medicine.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's right here.
I think the
Successful
thing,
first
though,
aid.
is that I would honestly, like, if I'm role playing it, I feel like medicine would take a lot more time. And
Yeah, I was about to say, it'll take time.
and
though.
Lucien wants to go. Like, let's go.
Yeah, we're in a hurry. Don't worry about anyone's health. Let's move on.
That's better, Maynard. You look better, and I feel a little bit better thanks to that opium. A wonder drug.
Do you want me to try and put some more bandages on you, Doc? Those ones are looking pretty bloody and not really over the
No,
wounds
of course
anymore.
not. No, I've taken care of all of that. You stay away from my bandages. Russ, have
help
you
there,
determined a disguise yet? I can't wait to hear what you've thought of.
Yes, I'm going to club some unsuspecting bellboy over the head, steal his uniform.
And then you're going to masquerade as an Indian bellhop.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
impressive. That's impressive, Russ.
I feel, yes, it'll work. Trust me.
I don't see how anything could possibly go wrong.
How could it go wrong?
I'll call down to the front desk to have us have a rickshaw brought around for us.
A comfortable rickshaw. Cushy. Emphasize cushy.
Yes.
Donut cushions.
And yeah, I guess that's it. We have a plan.
Let's
Some
go.
sort.
Back to the hotel.
Oh my goodness. This is not going to go well.
Back
Arrested on site.
arrested on site.
Yeah, we're going to get a rickshaw, but we're going to instruct him to kind of like park a block away. You know? go slow. If he sees any like roadblocks, police activity, military activity, turn around right away.
Okay.
Yeah, how much time has passed since Canning and Meadham's bodies were left dead in that other hotel?
That would have been
Oh, geez. Like almost 24 hours.
Like a full day, right? Because
pretty
we would've
close. Yeah, it'd be in the
woken up
morning
the
of
next
the next
morning.
day.
And then I gave first aid and we had this whole conversation. So even if it's like mid-morning.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
like
it's been
18,
almost a
20
day.
hours.
So their hotel is likely crawling with cops right now.
That's what the disguise is for.
Of course.
Maynard.
Of course.
Calling with cops and closed off.
The perpetrator never returns to the scene of the crime, so they won't expect us.
Yeah, they'd never see us coming.
In case you guys are in the coziest rickshaw you can find, complete with blow-up pillows for hurt anuses. And
Perfect.
you tell them to take like a wide berth around, but you do notice that as you get closer to the area where the hotel is, there are definitely more police officers. They've got an area cordoned off. No one's allowed in the hotel right now. I can picture you guys getting out and then like kind of walking inconspicuously down the streets, get a little bit closer, and there is fucking cops everywhere.
Okay. I want to go like to the back of the building where, the staff have their smoke breaks. When they're on break, they go out the back door and just hang out and bullshit with the other staff that are on break.
Okay, yeah, coming around there, you see that area taped off too, and you see a cop standing out there. It seems like they've got the hotel pretty much blocked off.
They've seen this disguise yourself as hotel staff trick once before.
They're investigating and doing their police work, trying to figure out what is going on. So you figure it's kind of like that. No one in and out of the hotel without talking to the cops. Very. I don't think they would like a gunfight in the middle of their busiest hotel. That's bad for business.
And especially like a rich white dude getting killed there
Yeah, and a giant serpent
in colonial
person.
India. Yeah.
Yeah, shit's weird there. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, Canning is a monster, and you blasting him away, it just revealed serpent person underneath.
Oh, so it's known to the public now.
Well, at least
His body was just left there.
Well, it's all, I'm sure he's got a rather large sheet over top of him. And cops are there trying to figure out what's going on.
And there's a
Yeah,
cover
the
up in
public
progress.
Are cops.
Yeah,
They're gonna talk.
for sure. The normies.
Russ, I think we need to abandon this plan. This is
There's
a
only
bad
one thing
idea.
left to do. Burn the hotel down.
Oh, we could burn it. We
Delta
never even
Green.
thought of it. Wait, I have an idea though. Doc, I don't know how strong you're feeling. What if
Not
we
strong
took
at
you
all.
back to our hotel and you try to contact your queen mummy? Maybe she knows where the crown is. Maybe she could lead us somewhere.
Well, I'm certainly willing to try. And I haven't had much luck with it the last little while, if I'm totally honest. Beginning to feel a little bit abandoned, actually. But it's my own fault. I was sent here on a mission to retrieve the Cobra Crown for her, and I failed. Damn it.
Do you think I could assist you in the seance? I have a little bit of experience with ritual matters.
Possibly. Was there anything in those scrolls that we found all those weeks ago in Borneo? Some clue there to conduct that sort of... Yes, let's go back to that shabby, hot hotel room and try that. I don't know. I'm at a loss.
We can't walk into this hotel. It's going to be the end of us.
I suppose you're right.
Why? Why would it be the end of us?
Because it's crawling with cops and they're looking for a murderer.
Yeah,
I-
but they're not going to kill us.
I still think that if Russ just dressed up as a different sort of hotel guest and went in.
Look, what about... They have one officer guarding the back door. I can take him,
Okay.
right?
I like the way you're thinking, Russ. You're a man of action.
Saunders, you make like a distracting noise or something, a plea for help, or squeal in that high-pitched voice of yours. It'll draw him over.
It's not so high-pitched.
Maybe we can distract him, and I can just hit him over the head while he's over here.
Maybe go over and demand that he bring you tea and crumpets.
That too. I don't know. I'm just thinking, I could wear his uniform and then I could sneak in through the back door. And
Russ, I'm with you. Whatever you need. I desperately want you to get into that hotel and search Meadham's room. Help! 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 Police! Help!
Yes, more.
Come to my aid! Help!
I jab him in the
help.
ribs.
Ow! Russ, I don't need your help. Damn it. Louder then. Help! Help!
You're trying to distract him to come over to you so Russ can jump him? Is that the plan?
Yeah. I'm yelling now. Inviting the police to come over to our rickshaw.
All right, what's
He's bleeding out his anus, sir. Help!
Oh no, not anus bleeding. A white man with his anus bleeding is one of our top priorities. All right, what do you think? Luck? Give me a luck roll.
Who?
You.
All right.
No, not him. Me. Obviously me.
I'm lucky now.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Oh no. Why did you say you?
That's usually the guy with the shittiest luck.
Hey, the keeper told me to roll. I rolled 70 over 40.
That's fair.
70 over 40?
Yeah.
That's close, right?
Okay,
Spend
you
30 luck on my
Spend your
roll.
luck.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay, you are yelling for help. You watch the officer and he opens the door back to the hotel and he says something in the hotel and another officer comes out and starts to walk down the alley and the one stays at his door.
Let's go, quick. I instruct the rickshaw to take off. Let's get out of here.
You guys
Go, and I throw like some money in his lap. Right down.
All right, he pedals like a motherfucker. Or runs, whatever he does. I guess he'd be running, not pedaling. I pictured him on a bike for a second there.
Damn it, I thought for sure that
That's
would
it.
work.
Good job. Faster.
Yeah, he's fast. You keep throwing money at him and he's just like, eyes down, blinders on.
Yeah.
I don't ask questions. Just take money. You guys are off in the rickshaw. You guys are going back to your hotel? Or you're going to scope some things out more? What do you got for leads? You're trying to find the crown. You know that there's the
We got nothing.
Asquith from the... did you find out where... You just have the name, Reginald Asquith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the hotel though.
Well, let me go back to where you found out.
This is where Dave starts coaching us on what we need to do
But that's-
because we're so incapable.
Yeah,
of
and that's
figuring it out on our
not
own.
the name of the junior curator, right? Because the junior curator we found dead in his apartment. This is the person
Yeah,
who's supposed
Vatsala.
to supply the junior curator with the crown. So
Well-
we need to find Asquith.
Well, you don't. I guess you're kind of jumping to conclusions there. What you have found is a matchbook that looks like it was hidden in a vase.
Mm-hmm.
The matchbook bears the name, the Great Eastern Hotel, which is where you figure you come from. And then on the inside of the matchbook is the name Reginald Asquith, British Museum. It's written in it.
And we found this at the junior curator's home, where it
Correct.
appears that he watched his wife being tortured while successfully hiding this information from Meadham and Canning.
He seemed to hide the matchbook. You have no idea what information they got from him. Maybe,
Right.
through some torture and some
Drugs.
drugs, they could have got the information out of him a different way.
They
ended
did show up at the hotel, so
They did
yeah.
end up at the hotel. I know you're assuming that they stayed there, which is a fair assumption. But my next question would have been if you got in a hotel. Like, that's a big hotel. Well, like, you
Did we get a room number when we
You don't have a room number.
Maynard
searched Asquith?
You have the registry that you haven't had a chance to really look at yet. Russ
you
grabbed
actually-
it and pocketed it.
Yeah, so we know what
Right.
rooms both of them are in. We got to get back in that hotel. Damn it, gentlemen, that plan didn't work, but we
What
must
about-
get into that hotel.
What about the when we went to the museum, the British Museum?
The
It's
Indian
one
Museum.
in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You didn't go to the
Indian
Beaters Museum. You went to the Indian Museum.
Oh. But why didn't we go to the British Museum?
Because the
What
Indian
if-
Museum is where the exhibit was going to be.
Do you think that we could use the curator from the museum somehow? He wanted the crown. He was worried that the junior curator wasn't going to come through. If we went and told him that we have a lead on the crown, do you think we could like use any assets that he has in order to get into the hotel? They definitely look, his staff would probably look a lot less white and stand out like a sore thumb compared to us as we try to walk into that hotel.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I trust us more than I trust.
Yeah, same
I'm
here.
confused. So there's also a British Museum here in Calcutta?
No, just Asquith is from the British Museum, and he's visiting India.
Okay.
He was supposed to be the one that would deliver the crown, right? To the
Well,
junior curator
we're
of this
guessing.
museum, we think?
Yeah.
So he
We have to get back in the hotel.
could still be alive.
And it's got to be. We got to get back in the hotel, and it's got to be Russ. I feel like this is a solo mission for Russ.
You're trying to kill me.
No, I'm not trying to kill you. Like, you are so nondescript. Like, if anyone's going to be able to get in, it's got to be a detective who's accustomed to disguising himself. And
Do you have a good disguise skill?
It's not terrible.
That might work.
It's 40.
yeah, like mine's 5.
And you got lots of luck right now?
Mm-hmm.
Are you're willing to burn up to 25 luck to get your disguise in order?
Mm-hmm.
I think this might work.
That's what I'm thinking. Just walk in the front door and pretend to be a rich white guy looking for a room.
So I say
Yeah.
let's go back to our other hotel and work on his disguise and maybe see if anything jakes out, get a disguise really nailed down, see if we could like help him on his role or anything. Work on it
Yeah,
for a while,
just-
make it real good.
Visit a clothing shop and dress him up in a nice
Oh, now
suit
we're
and-
talking.
Yeah. Lucian's still got money. Like, that's not an issue, so.
Is our best bet to disguise him as something more plausible rather than trying to make him look like some sort of hotel staff?
That's what
Make him look
yeah.
like a different type of guest that is
Yeah,
entitled
just make
to.
him look like another white guy who's walking in.
So we have the registry at this hotel. Let's make him look like a guest that's staying on the same floor as the room that we want.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So we need to look through the registry, find out Asquith and Meadham's rooms, and then disguise Russ as a guest on one of those floors.
Yeah.
I like it, Maynard. This is great. This is rock solid. No way can this fail.
Impossible. Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Russ, how you feeling?
I'm just confused as to why we need to go into the hotel. We're just assuming that the crown is in one of these rooms.
Or a clue, right? Because both Reginald and Meadham and Canning, in theory, had rooms in this hotel. So potentially, if the police haven't made a connection to Reginald, the crown is just in that room. Otherwise, there could be leads in those rooms, you know? I think maybe we should get him to take us to a new hotel just so that we're not doubling back just in case that one's not safe. I assume we have all of our stuff with us. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop at a couple of shops on the way and we're going to put together just a banger of a disguise. And then we're going to go to a quiet hotel room and we're going to work on that disguise. And we're going to pull off to somewhere quiet. We're going to open up this registry and we're going to analyze it. And we're going to figure out the name of a guest that we could disguise Russ as. An actual guest, hopefully staying on the floor in the hotel that either Reginald or Meadham were staying on. And then we're going to build that disguise so that Russ is a hotel guest going back through the front doors to his room like he's supposed to and should be able, in theory, to get by the cops because he's a legitimate guest.
Okay.
Does the registry show us the room numbers for Asquith and Meadham.
You do not find either of those names in the registry.
When we analyze the registry carefully, are there obvious alias names that might look as though they were one of those two?
Well, like
Captain
James
Snake Pants.
Von Serpent Hider? Like, no, there's no...
Or like,
That's
you
good
know,
too.
like Reginald might have hid himself under some like
Dick
old
Queef instead of
archaeologist.
Asquith.
Maybe he would use like the name of an old archaeologist that Maynard would have been familiar with, or
I see
or
what
a
you're saying.
scientist that Dr. Saunders might know. Or are there any names that are a little bit off?
Not that you can decipher now. No, it doesn't seem to be anything that relates to Asquith or Meadham.
Damn it. The whole plan's out the window. I really thought we'd at least be able to find Asquith's room.
Is there any kind of like analysis or luck roll that we can do against the registry to see if there's just like one thing that stands out, or a name or a floor?
Go ahead, make a luck roll.
Make a luck roll?
Sure.
I have a question while you do that. When we were there at the hotel, did it look like there was any other guests going in and out of the front, or is it completely roped off? No one's getting in and out.
Oh, as of right now? Oh, that's an interesting question. No, it looks like there were some people in and out, but it was you had to definitely go through police. And they didn't seem like it was like a heavy flow. Like people would go up, they would argue, they would get let into the lobby. Like you said, it's a large hotel, and there's all these dozens and dozens of people staying there. It's hard to cordon off the whole hotel. So you figure that they were letting guests in and out, but it would probably be like, all right, quickly zip through the lobby. They'd have the lobby more or less roped off.
Okay, that's promising.
Mm-hmm.
So Maynard is certain that there's some sort of clue in this registry and that we didn't risk our lives to get our hands on it for nothing. So he pores over it, really looking at the details, trying to find anything he can, and rolls a 005 on his luck roll.
Oh, wow. You flip through the registry, going through all the names, all of everything, with your intuition that there's something here. There must be something. But there's not.
Wow.
Just
All right.
straight up, there is not. There's no name that you recognize. There is no obvious alias.
In frustration, Maynard throws the registry from the rickshaw and says, "This is fucking useless. There's nothing here."
Ooh, evidence left behind. DM note.
Russ hangs his head in despair, feeling like lost and unsure of what to do next.
So we can't get past the cops without a good story. A basic disguise isn't going to work. We can't just knock out a cop or a hotel worker easily because we're going to be seen.
I still don't know that a basic disguise won't work, right? We were in there for not even a minute in crazy circumstances. I don't think anyone got a really, really good look at any of us, let alone Russ, who again, like, he doesn't stand out the way Maynard does, or I do.
You don't think anyone noticed us fighting a kung fu master and a giant killing machine
I think
killing
they're
them?
paying more attention to the kung fu master and the giant killing machine than
But we were victorious. I would have watched those cool ass bastards walk out of that hotel. That's for sure.
I think everyone was on the floor
Russ
with
was
their head
blasting
down.
with a shotgun. It was awesome.
It was awesome. But I don't know why we go back to the hotel. Like, because we have, what is Russ just gonna like wander around and ask if anybody knew anyone from the British Museum? Like,
That's the thing. Is like I don't even know which like room to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard. It's a big hotel. It'd be, you would needle in a haystack.
And you're going to
without
have
that,
security at the front door, security on the floor, and more security at the rooms that we want to get into. So I don't know how it's going to work.
yeah,
The lead's dead, guys.
I think
And
the
Russ
hotel
just
might be
stares out the
dead.
window.
Stares out the window of the rickshaw.
Yeah, it's a big window.
It's a really big window.
Lucian stares out the other window. Sighing.
There's only one window, guys.
Yeah.
We stare at it together.
Maynard lights one of his fancy clove cigarettes and smokes it in silence and frustration.
The rickshaw driver, without turning around and looking at you because you paid him well, asks where you're going.
Do we have everything with us?
Yeah.
I give him the address of where our orbs are hidden.
Oh, that's pretty far out of town. You want me to...
Here's another 10 rubies. How about you don't talk back next time?
He just nods.
Ruples, I think. We don't want to give him rubies.
Rubies. Just a bunch of gems.
Just 10
This
raw
fucking D&D.
That's how I pay people. Rubies.
You just got a pocket full of gems. I love it.
The guy'd be pretty happy. He would probably peddle us to Kathmandu.
I'm an idiot, okay? I don't know what I'm talking about.
You're going back to the orbs. Okay, interesting.
But I just say that out loud. I don't even care if anybody else is into it because, like, Russ is just exhausted and tired of this chase and doesn't know what to do next. So,
Well,
Can I get a-
it was out of frustration. It was more of a flippant comment, you know. And he's just, yeah.
Can I get an what is it, like a knowledge or an idea roll? Someone give me an intelligence roll.
I'm really good at that. Hang on.
Now Dave is literally gonna spoon feed us.
Did you pass your
I get to
roll, or are
roll
we doing
twice.
another
I get to
half
roll-
episode
I
of
get
you
to
guys
roll
in a
twice.
rickshaw?
Give me a hint roll.
Did you pass your roll, or are we just doing
Yes,
more
I
laps in the
passed
rickshaw?
it, but no, I think I just need more time to figure it out. Yeah, okay. I passed. 37 under 80.
If there was someone from the British Museum in town, perhaps someone at the Indian Museum would know more where to find him, why he was there.
Okay.
Wait, I thought we went there though. Wasn't
But
it a dead end?
I see what Dave's saying. We went to the Indian Museum first, and then we went to the curator's house. Maybe if we go back to the Indian Museum and ask if anyone knows about this Asquith character, maybe they know.
Yeah, because you did Indian Museum first, found out the crown wasn't there, found out that there's a junior curator who promised him the crown who hasn't showed up to work. You went and you found him dead, but then you found the name Asquith, British Museum, at that guy's place. Went to the hotel assuming that's where that he was staying there, but it could have been a meeting place,
Yeah.
it could have been anything.
Wait a second, gents. Hold that rickshaw. I have an idea. What if we go back to the Indian Museum and ask them if they know about this Asquith character?
Saunders, you're a genius.
Well,
Think of that.
Thank you.
I was just gonna say that actually.
I believe you,
I was
Russ.
thinking that.
Yes.
As Ross continues to just look out the window.
Should I
Alright.
continue with my disguise?
No, I think we can forego the disguise. Driver, forget about taking us to that address. You can keep the rubies. We're going to the
Actually, I need
Indian,
those back.
the
Those are
Indian
really
Museum.
expensive.
It's really expensive. Those are my mother's rubies. All right. Let's head back to the Indian Museum.
Okay, you head back to the Indian Museum. Again, very busy place, just like it was before. One of the most popular places in Calcutta. You go up the stairs into the foyer, pay your admission of whatever it is,
4 rupees.
4 rubies. Just drop
Oh, God,
drop
I'm
the
never-
gems
You're
on.
never gonna let me go with that one. Actually, you know what? Hey, Dave, do I still have, or does one of us? I can't remember who grabbed it or found it, but the matchbook
Yeah, we've still got the matchbook.
Sure.
with the name on
Yep,
it.
100%.
Okay.
Reginald Asquith, British Museum. Okay, you guys head into the museum and
Yep.
start asking around.
Maynard, I believe this is
How you guys rolling this shit?
This is your neck of the woods.
We're keeping a low profile. I say we cruise around the museum. We take like 15, 20 minutes and kind of stick together, maybe not walking together in a group, but sort of cruising through the rooms and just observing what's going on. I'm looking around. I'm trying to see if there's any people that look like serpent folk in disguise or who are just like standing around looking like they're watching the crowd looking for someone.
Start face tugging people.
We just walking around people's faces.
I'm not resorting to face tugging yet. I'm just looking for suspicious activity and people who seem to be watching. Are there a lot of cops? I don't want to just like run in and start blowing our cover right away.
All right, give me spot hidden.
Okay. So 54 on the dice. What is my spot hidden? Oh yeah, 54 under 79. No problem.
That's your jam.
It is a jam. Eagle eyes. No, you're scanning. It just seems to be tourists. It's a busy place. You don't see anyone that jumps out to you as suspicious. No one that looks like they're a serpent. No, it looks pretty safe.
Maynard, should we look for that curator that we spoke to the first time we were here?
Yeah, definitely. Have you guys noticed any signage changes since we were here last? Are they still advertising the Crown exhibit? Is that supposed to be tomorrow or today, or what was that?
There's no evidence of them putting on of the Crown. Like there wasn't when you first came in before. You guys had to go ask that one dude who seemed frustrated because people are asking him about the Crown, and he had to go through a spiel again about how they're not going to do it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I mean, actually. Like, has any of that changed? Because when we were here, they were sort of advertising the upcoming exhibit, and it wasn't going through. Have they taken down the upcoming?
They weren't advertising it at the museum. You saw it like on the wire back in that it was going to be that the Indian Museum had this crown, and there was going to be a display and yada yada. Right. But when you got here, you were almost surprised. Like there's no sign of a display. There's no sign of anything.
Okay.
And then that's when you found out about the it not being there.
As I start to feel comfortable, then I start looking for the curator himself, or maybe heading towards offices or something.
Yeah, it would have been yes. Yeah, he's working again. You go up into the same area to the art wing where it was supposed to be displayed. You see the same person. He's over there explaining a painting to someone, doing whatever museum people do. Oh, fascinating. Yes, the colors. Yes, of course. That kind of shit.
I would like to like hover around Maynard about like 20 feet away, pretending to like not be with him.
Okay.
Like have my back to him, but kind of looking over my shoulder.
I'll probably be walking right alongside Maynard or limping.
Okay. I'll be like I'll be like kind of hiding close by, I guess.
Would I recall the name of the curator?
Yeah, sure. I can't remember if he told your name or not, but let's say he did.
When he's finished talking about the painting on the wall, as he starts to walk away, I say, Mr. whatever his name was that Maynard clearly remembers, and call him over for a conversation.
Okay, yeah, he nods.
Blythe.
What was his name?
Nathaniel Blythe?
Nathaniel Blythe. Does that ring a bell?
Does sound familiar.
I wrote that down beside the word curator.
All right, sounds good to me then.
Mr. Blythe, I don't know if you remember me from yesterday. We spoke briefly.
Oh,
Can I
yes.
talk to you for a minute?
No, of course. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Third day in a row at the museum.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have so many lovely exhibits here. I can just stand around and talk about artwork all day long.
Oh, would you like to? Have you seen this piece over here? And he starts to like walk over to a piece, and
it's lovely, but we're in a little bit of a hurry here, Mr. Blythe. I hate to distract you. I'm curious. How are things going with the Crown exhibit? Have you heard any news?
Oh no, there's no news. Me personally, I feel that there will be no exhibit. It's a shame.
That's terrible news. We were quite concerned. My colleague and I had the docs with me. We were quite concerned that there would be no exhibit, and that
you
perhaps
said you're going to go and look for. He checks his notes of the name of the person, and I can't find it. What was it? Vitali? Oh, Vatsala. Oh, yes, you were. Yeah, you said you were going to check out Vatsala, the junior curator, the one who has let us all down.
That's right.
Did you find anything? Did you find him?
We didn't find him, and we didn't find the crown. We were quite concerned that something may have gone wrong. Maybe someone has tried to acquire the crown nefariously. We did come across one clue.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the name Reginald Asquith?
Well, of course I have. Who can forget a name like Asqueef?
We're such children. Okay.
You know what? That name does ring a bell. He was here a day.
Sorry.
He was here with us a couple of days ago. Same thing. I believe he had met with Vatsala. Hold on one second. And he goes over to like his desk and comes over and comes back with a piece of paper with a phone number on it. And says, yes, no, this man was here talking about Vatsala. He left his number.
Oh, may I have that number? I might try to contact him. I think there's a chance we may discover this crown yet.
Oh, if you discover, anything to help. If you discover it, you will return it to the museum, right? And the display can go on.
Post haste.
Oh, this is wonderful news. This is wonderful. Yes, of course. He scribbles down the number and tears off a piece of paper and gives it to you.
Can I do a quick, psychoanalysis check on this guy just to see if he's being 100% with me, or if I think that he knows something he's not sharing?
Sure.
And I would like to scan for Rose Meadham while I'm looking around.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
She always turns up.
Can I get a spot hidden from Russell?
Russ.
I rolled a 006 on my psychoanalysis. That's a super success.
It is a hard success. An extreme, I
Yeah.
believe. Sorry.
An extreme success. Yeah.
He,
I like super success. It sounds cool.
You like it better than extreme? We'll have to take that up.
Partial to alliteration.
Alliteration.
Yeah. All right, that's fair.
Exactly.
That's fair. Yeah, he seems bummed, but he seems excited talking to you. Like maybe we will be able to display the crown. This is a huge deal. He doesn't seem to be hiding anything. He generally just seems to be. He wants to find the crown. He wants to know what's going on. It's in the best interest in the museum to display it. It's a big deal. He wants it displayed.
Excellent. Thank you so much for this. We will investigate, and if I can return the crown to you, I will do it as quickly as I possibly can. Hopefully.
Would you like to phone him right here? You can tell me exactly what's going on. Oh, maybe we can get. Oh, this is exciting news.
Yeah, thank you for the phone number. We're going to do a little bit of investigation. I'm just worried that there are some dangerous people involved, and if I don't call from here, it might be safer.
Oh, of course.
If it matters, I rolled a 25 under 80.
You see no sign of Rose Meadham or any goon-like person.
Okay, good. We are safe.
Now, whatever you do, sir, please allow us to contact this gentleman. Again, we're much more equipped to deal with the darker side of this whole enterprise, and we wouldn't want you to come to any danger. So, please don't try to reach out yourself.
Oh, okay. No, I had no intention of it. It's a very busy time around here. We're kind of scrambling to cover up this blunder and try to figure out what we can do. No, I won't call him. Will you come back and let me know?
Yes, of course. We'll try to correct this blunder, as you put it, as soon as possible. No one is more invested than us in finding the crown.
Oh, thank my lucky stars I have met you. Yeah, what is your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Dr. Smith.
Oh, Dr. Smith. Very generic name.
It's John Smith.
John
Family
Smith. Very, very nice. Well, Mr. Dr. Smith, and I can't remember what alias you gave me earlier.
It was David Brown.
David Brown, also very generic. Fascinating, lovely name, David. Very biblical. Very biblical. He, yeah, he seems excited, and he reiterates again, please come back and tell me more. Do you think shall we prepare for the crown still? We've almost abandoned hope. But perhaps there is still hope. I'm very excited. Please let me know what happens.
Do not abandon hope.
Once you contact Mr. Asqueef.
We definitely will. Thank you so much for your time. This was very helpful.
He thanks you as well. And skips away happy.
Okay, we
also
head
skip
back.
away happy.
We head back out. Maynard's got his head on a swivel. I am convinced that someone is following us or watching us, can I do another spot hidden?
Sure. No, you keep your head on a swivel.
66 under 79.
Seems good.
Okay.
Seems good.
Coast looks clear, guys. Let's get out of here.
Yes, we found the number.
We get outside and hire another rickshaw, and I tell the rickshaw driver to take us somewhere very inconspicuous where there's a phone that we can use.
Okay, yep. He takes you somewhere. I don't know what would be the most inconspicuous place, but somewhere inconspicuous with a phone.
Probably a cafe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Or like a
Yeah,
restaurant.
with like one of those phone booths in the back.
His uncle runs a restaurant, and he takes us there, and we can use the phone in the back or something.
Yeah, throw me a ruby and we're good.
You get us there in 5 minutes, you can have 2 rubies.
Oh, done. Get you there in 3 minutes flat. Okay, you get to the back, you go into the little booth with a phone, pull the curtain aside, and call the number, I assume?
Yeah. Do you want to call the number, Doc, or do you want me to do it?
Maybe I should do it. Being a Brit myself, maybe he'll be more friendly with a fellow countryman.
That's good thinking. And you can talk all
I lean over
sciencey.
and I lean into Maynard and be like, just stay close though. Make sure you hear this conversation.
Oh, I think we should all stay close to this one.
And well, I'm gonna go out front
Oh,
and kind of keep a watch.
all right. I'll keep an eye on the dock.
That's a good idea, Russ. Thank you for doing that.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry, are we at like a little cafe?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So Russ is gonna pull up a seat and grab a paper. You know, it's upside down because he's not actually reading it, and he's keeping an eye out.
So this phone's
and
like
it's
a
in Hindi, so you can't read it.
Yeah, exactly.
this phone's
You
like a
definitely
wooden
find it
box
English.
hanging on the wall. You
Yeah.
gotta talk to the operator to get connected.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
All right, so I give the number and wait for it to go through, and then who answers?
Okay, you get connected and you, it rings and you click and you get fucking another accent.
Just channel Heathcliff.
It's not Scottish. He's
Do a
English
Dutch
and they all
accent
kind
this
of
time.
blend together for me. He's
Swiss.
He's
Can you do
Brit.
Swiss?
Who was that guy that you did at that ball? The guy that was like, unhappy. Oh, have you tried these?
Oh,
Good.
Tom.
That guy was amazing. He's my favorite of all time.
I don't quite have that in it. I'm trying to, oh, you know what? My son Malcolm, he does a British, aren't I? Ain't it? Oh, yeah, I'm just going to channel that one. Hello. Hello,
Yes, hello.
Reginald Asquith here. Who may I ask is speaking?
Oh, wonderful. I'm thrilled to have gotten in touch with you.
Who's this?
Sorry, the connection is bad. It's Dr. John Smith here. I'm in Calcutta, and I understand that you are as well.
Oh, I was
So
in
a matter of-
Calcutta, but I've left the bloody dirty place. Waste of my fucking time.
Oh, I know it's horrible here, isn't it? Is that a Windsor accent I'm picking up there?
Ah,
So
of course
you
not.
go to
I'm a
school at-
Brighton. The Windsors are lollipop-sucking little losers.
Oh, yes. I understand how I could have made the mistake. The phone lines here in ghastly India being what they are.
Who is this again?
Dr. John Smith. I am an
Dr.
archaeologist of some esteem. I'm assisting the Indian Museum
Oh,
here
bloody
in
hell.
Calcutta. Yes, I know it's a terrible posting. You must have sympathy for me. But I understand that you were in possession of an item that the museum was expecting, and we've been suddenly given a rather large sum of money that we might be able to use in order to ensure the delivery of said item.
And that's all right. What item are you referring to?
Well, as I understand it, sir, you were in possession of a crown of some sort.
Oh, the Cobra Crown.
No, yes,
Ah.
that is the one.
I wish I was in possession of it. Blasted
what-
liars.
What happened?
Well, I tell you, artifact like that does not belong in the Indian Museum. It belongs here in Britain, in the British Museum.
Well, Lord knows that's the truth, but go on, tell me what happened.
Yeah, left of view from the verges of foreigners. It should be here, in the motherland. Anyways. Well, yes, I didn't get my hands on it. I was promised that I also have a large sum of money looking to purchase the crown from this... Oh, what were their stupid names again? Vatsala and the other fellow. Vic Magi. Yeah, these two gentlemen from Calcutta.
Yes, of course. They're curators here at the Indian Museum.
Well, the one is a curator. I don't believe the other one was. The other one was the one who said he had the crown. I flew there. I spent days there arguing with them, trying to get some money. They kept giving me bullshit stories. And then one of them started to look terrified, and we had to have all these secret meetings and meet here and meet there. I got fed up and came home. There doesn't seem to be any crown. I believe that they were just... how do you say it? They were blowing smoke up my ass.
Well, that is a Brighton turn of phrase, if I've ever heard one. So I misunderstood this entire enterprise. I believe that you were in possession of it, sir, and that you were
going to be delivering
it for the museum.
No,
but you were trying to get it for the British Museum.
Yeah, they're just going to put it on display there, and a bunch of foreigners come and look at it. There's something important like that needs to be back home in Britain.
Lord knows that's the case. Well, I need to get in touch then with this Vic Magi, I believe is the name you used. That was the gentleman who actually had the crown, is that right?
Oh, so he said he had the crown. Again, smoke-blowing motherfucker.
And yes, that delightful Brighton vernacular. And he disappeared then, or just refused to sell it to you? Is that what happened?
Well, we did some meetings. I asked to see the crown before I give any of my money. They kept saying, no, we'll get it. And then one of them said that they had another buyer, and they tried to get more money out of me. And then one of them stopped showing up to the meetings. So I met with the one fellow once. He's staying at let me see, what was it called again? I mean, it was the Grass Lawn Hotel. This is tiny little hotel.
Grass Lawn Hotel.
They switched hotels 3-4 times. He seemed to get very paranoid, like there was people trying to kill him. I figured that he was just using that bullshit to try to get more money out of me. Of the Queen's Pound, or the King, which... Not up on my history. I don't know who it's really.
King's Good Silver, yes. Of course.
Yes, of course, the King's Good Silver. But yes, no. Are you familiar with either of those men? Have you met them?
Well, I've certainly met the one fellow. He's an unassuming sort of junior curator here at the museum. But the Vic Magi fellow, no, I haven't yet had the pleasure. But I believe that I may take the time to track that gentleman down. But you're telling me that you finally gave up in the end, and there was no crown?
Oh, I've never saw any crown. I needed to get back. I came back home. The last I heard, he was trying to get more money out of me.
And you believe he was just trying to scam you from the beginning, and that 100%. He never actually had the crown.
But
he was saying that he had another buyer, and he was trying to.
Yeah, I believe he was just trying to.
On you.
Exactly.
Interesting.
It was a ludicrous price.
Oh, these foul people here. Well,
you can't miss him. He's a short little portly man with a silly little mustache.
A short, portly man with a silly mustache.
Yes.
Does he have a white lock of hair?
No, he does not.
Oh, all right. Just curious. I know.
Bald as a baby's ass.
Portly man, bald. Interesting. Vic Magi.
Yes, Vic Matji. Matji.
Matji.
I could be pronouncing that wrong.
Well,
not a name quite like John Smith.
One never knows. It's exactly a good, honest British name like John Smith. Reginald Asquith.
Reginald Asquith, of course. From the famous Asquiths. You must have heard of us.
Can't tell you how many Asquiths I went to university with.
Everyone needs a good Asquith in their life.
Everyone does. That is the old saying, as they say. Well, sir, you've been incredibly helpful. I'm terribly sorry that your venture here in India was unproductive, but you must be pleased to be back in jolly old England. And I can
it's just foggy and rainy, like the beautiful motherland.
Gods, how I miss it. In it. Well, I fear our connection is failing. I can barely hear you. Hello?
I can hear you just fine.
You still there? Oh, look, seems I've lost him entirely. Oh well. Click.
All right, you hang up on him.
Gentlemen, to the Green Lawn Hotel.
You got a lead? Nice work, Doc.
Yes, a gentleman named Vic Maggi was apparently in possession of the crown. And he was trying to sell it to either this Asqui fellow from the British Museum or to the junior curator from the Indian Museum. And in the end, neither of them got the crown. And he's described as a short, portly man with a thin mustache. Not you, Maynard, but similar, like an Indian version of you, maybe. And he's staying at the Green Lawn Hotel.
I'm neither short nor portly. Why would you say that?
Well, I do recall you being somewhat portly. Paunchy?
Meatloafish.
Paunchy? Is that better paunchy than portly? Soft around the middle.
I don't really like either term, but let's move past it.
Pardon it's medical phrasing, you understand?
A medical phrasing, of course.
Let's go grab Russ and get out of here.
Yes, back to the rickshaw.
Russ, we got a lead. Jump in the rickshaw. Let's roll.
I'm guessing Russ didn't notice anything.
No.
While he was out.
No,
front?
you're just someone.
No Rose meet him strolling through the neighborhood.
No Rose meet him. You don't see anything of that. You.
Okay.
Someone just comes in and gives you like a little hand signal that your paper's upside down, and other than that, they just walk by. No,
I flip it over.
You're keeping 6. You don't see anything. All right, you got hop in the rickshaw and off to whatever the
Green Lawn Hotel.
Green Lawn Hotel.
The Green Lawn Hotel. You guys roll up right outside of the Green Lawn Hotel. It's a small little hotel. It's nice, but it's much smaller than some of the other ones. A little bit more inconspicuous.
How green is the lawn?
The lawn's actually just brown with dead grass.
Okay.
At one point, it must have been green, but not right now.
They've really let this place go.
It's just awful. Going up to the front doors, you see a little tea room, a little sign above it called Willard's Tea Room. And as Lucian Saunders looks in, the first thing you notice is a short, portly man with a silly mustache.
There he is. I can see him through the window. That must be him.
He looks edgy. Don't look at him.
He does
He's like
entirely
collars up. You see him like trying to like huddle down. His eyes are darting back and forth, more paranoid than even Russ looks.
I could go talk to him.
Yes, that could make sense. I can't remember. Is Maynard pretty bandaged up right now, though? Is he presentable, or should we have...
Are you?
None
No,
of
I
you are
look like
presentable.
shit,
I
too.
guess Russ is presentable. Yeah, send in Russ.
If you can ignore most of the blood and the snake scales on the side of my head,
Yeah.
Maynard's looking pretty good. My mustache is trimmed nice and tight.
You do have that common ground. Maybe you go in and talk
Let's just all
mustaches.
go in.
Okay, let's just walk
Yeah,
in there and,
so let's-
and
let's all-
sit at his booth. He's sitting at a booth for 4 people?
He's sitting at a little table. Yep.
Okay.
3 chairs around it.
Okay, we just walk in, sit down confidently, and say, don't overreact.
Don't you fucking move. That's what Russ says.
All right. Settle down, Russ. We're here to help. There's no need to panic. You are in great danger.
His eyes widen. Are you with her? Oh no, please don't kill me. And we'll see you next time.
Oh, you prick.
Thank you for listening to another episode from Actual Play Entertainment. Please rate us, review us, and subscribe. If you liked what you just heard, give us 5 stars and tell your friends. If you didn't like it, then tell your enemies. You'll show them. And for more information and content, visit actualplayentertainment.com.
Hey, I'm role playing here.